One of 4 flyways in North America, the Pacific Flyway is an aerial superhighway traveled by 1 billion migratory birds every year. It stretches 10,000 nautical miles from the Arctic to Patagonia. Central to the Pacific Flyway, the Sassoon Marsh northeast of San Francisco Bay provides a vital stopover for migrating birds. Adjacent to one of California's busiest freeways with more than 280,000 vehicles per day passing by, the Pacific Flyway Center, whose mission is to inspire conservation of the Flyway, sits at an ideal interface between human culture and a globally significant natural area. In California, the Pacific Flyway is home to about 6 million waterfowl. The state lost about 95% of its historic wetlands to development before the decline was halted by far-sighted statutes such as the North American Wetlands Conservation Act. Today, more than half of winter habitat for waterfowl and shorebirds in California is provided by flooded rice fields and other managed wetlands, and the state has thousands of acres of inland and coastal wetlands like the Sassoon Marsh. A dramatic building with a form symbolic of wings of flight rises as a beacon to motorists and provides backdrop for visitors who get an introduction to wetlands and waterfowl as they approach. The buildings provide an acoustic and environmental buffer from freeway noise and overlook the main attraction, an outdoor park where visitors come face-to-face with waterfowl and other wetland birds. Ground-level exhibits include a diorama stretching the entire length of the Pacific Flyway, an interactive Sassoon Marsh tide model, an exhibit of duck decoys and wildlife art from all the states in the Flyway, aviaries, and a giant screen flight experience theater. On the second floor, classroom spaces accommodate school groups and educational programs, and open design with catwalks provides an overview of both exhibits and the marsh itself. A lookout platform some 50 feet above ground forms the tip of the wing and affords spectacular views. This iconic uplifting roof wing is a symbolic beacon for miles and gracefully incorporates a huge photovoltaic array to supply the building's power. Prior to entering the building, the visitor is already introduced to wetlands and waterbirds as foreground to this powerful architectural shape. A grand curved wall divides the space into both daylit and light-controlled exhibit areas. Across from the main entrance, a state-of-the-art flight experience theater will host educational programs. The Pacific Flyway Center will be built in phases. The first phase will be a 28,000 square foot building and a walk in the marsh consisting of an 80-acre wetland for wildlife viewing. Phase 2 will include a gift shop, restaurant, and a banquet area that will be used for special events and fundraising. These events, which are very popular, offer a more intimate after-hours experience for a smaller number of guests. The building will include education and conservation exhibits, focusing on themes such as bird identification and migration, conservation of wetlands and their critical importance to all living things, the history of the Sassoon Marsh, the historic role of waterfowl hunters in conservation and reversing wetland loss, and a world-class duck decoy collection. Exhibits will also show the work of our partners, including the National Audubon Society, California Waterfowl Association, Ducks Unlimited, the Sassoon Resource Conservation District, International Bird Rescue, and the University of California at Davis. Successful fundraising will allow the development of Phase 3, a main building hosting all of the many ever-changing exhibits, multiple classrooms, and much, much more. The Pacific Flyway Center, the vision of Ken Hoffman, is in the planning and design phase of its development. We are preparing architect drawings and gathering estimates of construction costs. In the months ahead, we will be working with our board, wetlands experts, agency staff, legislators, and the network of supporters and donors to bring this vision to life, and are anxiously awaiting approval for groundbreaking. The center will be a gift to the public, a beacon for conservation of the Flyway and the Sassoon Marsh, and a tremendous legacy for all those who help make it a reality. The Pacific Flyway Center, educating the public to the wonders of the Flyway.